Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2020 general reading. We're looking at the first 2 weeks of December from the 1st to the 15th. And this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all well. And as we continue to transition into the holiday seasons here, thanks for taking the time to tune into this video, for all your likes, shares, subscribing to the channel, support, donations, feedback, comments. It's all welcome and appreciated. Thank you. So this reading is for Aquarius for the first 2 weeks of December 2020. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus is in Aquarius, or if you're cross-watching for an Aquarian as well. It's all relevant, but watch all of your signs if you know them, because they can each provide additional insight. If you find that any of the readings resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading. You can click on the description link below for more information. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I can usually respond to your initial inquiry the same day with more information. And I do readings full-time. It's all that I do, so I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules to get personal readings set up as quickly as possible. And they also make great gifts for friends, family, loved ones, especially during the holiday season. You don't have to leave your home to either give or receive them, so they're pretty safe and convenient that way. And I offer a wide variety of readings, but particularly popular this time of year are the 6 and 12-month overviews I do, which give us kind of a sneak peek ahead as we transition out of one year and go into a new one, so something else to keep in mind. Okay, let's see what the first 2 weeks of December have in store for our lovely Aquarians. For the first 2 weeks of December for Aquarius, I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Okay, Aquarius. We begin with the Knight of Swords, followed by the Queen of Cups, the Palace of Cups, which is about an actual physical environment, the Four of Swords, the Fool, followed by the Three of Coins. And from the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the first 2 weeks of December is Strength. So your overall energy, Aquarius, for the first 2 weeks of December is Strength. This is about facing our fears, doubts, insecurities, taking a deep and honest look at something, wrestling with our shadow self, which is another way of, saying, taking a look at those aspects of ourselves that we don't like other people to see, and it's hard for us to look at ourselves, maybe patterns of bad behavior or poor decision making, responsibility we might share in any conflicts. This is about having the courage to kind of look at something, make the changes that you're able to make the changes in, and moving forward. It's usually in whatever tarot deck you're using or looking at. It usually shows somebody who has tamed a wild beast, a lion or a tiger here, which is representative of whatever it is that perhaps they have been avoiding, or have been avoiding looking at, or avoiding making changes to. And this is about actually taking a look at it and accepting, kind of that serenity prayer, accepting what you can change, accepting what you can't change, and moving forward into that. It can be a difficult card because it takes a lot of strength, courage, and humility to look at something head on, something ourselves head on. But that's what we need to do in order to begin to make decisions to create change and a healthier reality for ourselves. So that's the overall energy for the first 2 weeks of December. It looks like there's some information, maybe an opportunity for change to come in, and you're going to be taking some time out to think about it, which is right in the middle here. We have the Palace of Cups with the Four of Swords. In this particular tarot deck, the Tarot of Dreams, the artist added another card. You could call it a fifth card to the court cards in each suit. This is the Palace of Cups, which is the Palace of Water of Emotions. And the palace in each of the four suits of the tarot in this deck represent the literal physical environment of what all of this, the energy in that suit, can actually be. And it also can represent that whatever you want in that area of life is actually physically attainable or manifest. But it does usually reference an actual physical environment. And the Four of Swords is accompanying it, which is a card of taking a temporary withdrawal from some kind of challenge or conflict. You might be feeling a bit worn out, a bit exhausted. This is a card of taking a temporary, sabbatical or a step back in order to rest, recuperate, get a different perspective, maybe get, some words of wisdom from someone you trust. So this looks like you're kind of, for some of you, it might be retreating from an actual physical environment to do this, or retreating to a physical environment to do this. And there's a partnership here. We have the Fool and the Three of Coins. The Fool is the first major arcana card in the tarot. It's where the whole journey starts. It's about maybe doing some risky things, stepping off the beaten path, starting a brand new journey, doing something that's different than perhaps something you've done before. Because the Fool is a trailblazer. He doesn't walk paths he's already walked before. So this is about going down a brand new journey, doing something. The Fool is about stepping outside of your comfort zone in order to explore what might be. And clarifying that is the Three of Coins, which is usually a card of partnership, teamwork, collaboration, working with another person or a group of people towards a common cause or goal or project of some kind. We have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups as well. Knights usually represent offers, opportunities for change coming in. The Knight of Swords, I've heard the Knight of Swords referred to as kind of like the mailman of the tarot. He comes in and delivers, information which has the potential for change, to bring change. And then there's a Queen of Cups, Queen of Water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, showing up as a female here, but in a general reading could be male as well. And I feel that this is an actual external person who, for some reason, is relevant in your life at this point. It might be the person with whom you have a partnership with, or part of a group of people as well. It feels like maybe you're contemplating making a decision about a partnership of some kind, or a team that you might have been invited to join, or that you're already a part of but might be causing some problems. Let's clarify. Let's clarify strength. Wait a minute, let me just take a look here again. It might be, Aquarius, that you might be the one extending the invitation to someone to partner with you or join you on a team. Clarify strength. The Three of Coins. So we have two Three of Coins here. Three of Coins, or Three of Pentacles as they're known, the Three of Earth. About working together, compromise, negotiation, collaboration, because you have a common cause or a common goal. Sometimes it can represent working within a team or group of people that you might not all get along, but it's about trying to get everybody on the same page in order to accomplish something. We have the Two of Wands, so being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. And the Hermit, which would be about going your own way. But it can also represent, since it looks like someone is taking a step back because they're just feeling kind of worn out or tired of something and they need to get some perspective, they need to take a step back, which is also what the Hermit does. So it feels like you may be taking a step back. And because these cards are clarifying strength, it may be, for some of you, Aquarius, that you're already part of something, But strength is about facing things that are difficult for us to face and that perhaps we don't want to face, and doing that anyway, which is a card of true strength. And humility. Humility, the truest definition of it is knowing who you are and who you're not, what you're capable of and what you're not capable of as well. So it may be that some of you may have had an invitation to join something, whether it's social or with friends or at work, on a team project of some kind, or you may already be in this, and it looks like there may have been some difficulty because it looks like someone is feeling, the Four of Swords is taking a step back because somebody's feeling tired and worn out and exhausted from whatever the challenge or struggle is. It might be that you're part of a team or even heading a team, and you've come to the point where you're asking yourself, or even just a part of a group of people. It could be in a social setting, or in the philanthropist or nonprofit sort of way. It could be that you're just tired of being in this group, and you're asking yourself, do I really have what it takes to continue, or everybody's not on the same page, or I can't get on the same page, regardless of what area of your life this is in. Because it feels like there's some kind of struggle going on within a group of people, within you and a group of people, and you're asking yourself if you really have what it takes to either go into this group or to continue being in this group, for some of you as well. Let's clarify this Knight of Swords with the Queen of Cups. It feels like this Queen of Cups may be the one communicating. And the Queen of Cups is typically a very supportive individual. She's the Queen of Water, the Queen of Emotions, although she's very careful about displaying her emotions as well. But there's some kind of news or conversation here occurring that leads to the energy of you, or perhaps the other person, taking a step back and kind of rethinking this whole thing. Clarify the Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups. The Page of Coins. And the Eight of Cups. So perhaps the Page of Cups pages can be messengers. It can represent, short, simple communication or short, simple messages, or the beginnings of conversations. And then the Eight of Cups is a card about leaving or walking away. I mean, perhaps you're part of a group, again, this might be at work, it might be social, it might be, for something in your community. Could be anything really. I mean, it could be love and romance, but I'm not really getting much of an indication of a romantic relationship here. Perhaps someone is thinking of leaving the group, or perhaps somebody is wanting you to leave the group, or there's some situation here about somebody perhaps exiting and trying to have a conversation about that, or trying to figure out how to do it, how to exit this scenario or this group or this project, whatever it is, in the best way possible. And then again, it's about taking some time off, taking some time out to kind of consider, because the Four of Swords sometimes in other decks is portrayed as a knight who's taken some time out of a battle or a challenge of some kind. They intend to return to it because the swords are still there, they're still wearing a lot of their armor, but not all of it. So it's about taking time out to consider, because you just feel kind of exhausted by the whole situation. So it's about making a choice, having the strength to take a look at a situation and making a choice. Do I want to stay part of this, or do I want to leave? Do I want to join this, or do I want to continue going my own way? Clarify the Fool and the Three of Coins. It may be that you think this situation, or this group, is not tenable anymore, that it's not a workable situation. Or that doing it or continuing to do it is risky in some way. The Two of Coins. Again, a card about being at a crossroads and needing to make a decision, kind of going back and forth between two things. Judgment here, which also shows up when a choice needs to be made, but it's pretty significant because it's a major arcana card, Aquarius, and it usually represents that whatever choice you make is not going to be reversible, so choose wisely. It's a card that represents whether you choose to continue or to say yes, then that's what you're going to be into for quite some time. Or, the same with the opposite as well. But judgment being here typically represents that a choice is going to need to be made rather quickly. And then right behind that we have another Four of Swords. So we have two Four of Swords here. So it really is, two Three of Coins, two Four of Swords. So it's about taking a step back from some kind of group or partnership of some kind because you're feeling tired, worn out, you're trying to get some perspective, you're trying to figure out if this is something you need to stay in or leave, or perhaps you've been asked to leave this, or perhaps someone else has decided to back out and you're like, okay, well that just means more work for me, or trying to get this all done on my own. Pretty straightforward reading, actually, and because there's a fair number of, I feel a lot of this centered towards earth energy. So for many of you, it's likely in the practical area of your life: job, work, finances, groups, practical things in your community. So I'm going to pull some advice and guidance cards now. I'm not going to ask for advice and guidance on whether to say yes or whether to say no, because it's a general reading, and for some of you it might be this way, and for some of you it might be the others. But what I'm going to ask for is what you need to focus on to help you kind of navigate through this situation. It's a short period of time. We're looking at the first 2 weeks of December here. Advice and guidance for Aquarius on how best to navigate through this for the first 2 weeks of December. The Seven of Coins, reflect and contemplation on what you already have invested in a situation and whether or not you need to make changes based on that. And the Ten of Coins, which is about long-term stability and commitment. Long-term stability and security. And the Nine of Coins after that, which is independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment. So what you need to focus on is your long-term stability and security. What you've invested in this situation, and whether or not, if you continue, if you can maintain that. The Nine of Coins is a card of independence and self-sufficiency and self-empowerment, and not needing to depend, rely on, or ask anybody else for anything because you've already worked hard to get to a place of, to get to this place where you're now enjoying the fruits of your labors. And on the other side, we have this partnership, team, collaboration of some kind that feels as if it's conflicted or not going well. And so this is about, I think for some of you, it's about making the decision to be a part of this, to continue to be a part of this, or to kind of go your own way. And for those of you for whom perhaps you've been asked to exit a group or a team or something of that sort, or somebody has kind of bridged that conversation with you, then this would kind of be an implication that you might be better served going off on your own, because that's the only way you can ensure that what you have invested in something, or even in yourself, is going to ensure that that long-term stability and security for yourself, that feeling grounded and not needing to rely on other people, is going to serve you best in the long run. Spirit is just asking you to focus on what you have invested, what makes you feel safe, especially looking forward into the future, and not doing anything that's going to compromise what you've worked so hard to get to. So making the decision and kind of contemplating that is the advice here. So Aquarius, that is your reading for the first half of December. I hope that it made sense and perhaps helped clarify some things for you. Again, if you'd like to take a deeper look at anything or reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone, you can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You'll see that if you click on the description link below. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the mid-month readings. Until then, stay safe and well, be blessed, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.